I saw the policeman pull up to our house. That big, burly guy had my sparkly red heel, a most damning piece of evidence. I'm sorry, though, for any pain I'm putting you through. But, Mom, I just wanted to go to prom. Yes, I did drug Michelle. I slipped some Ambien into her secret vodka stash, vanilla flavored, of course. What? You didn't know she drank? Did you think I was the only bad seed? Pfft, no, not because I hated her or wanted to get revenge on her. I'm not that petty. Jeez. And I love my twin, even though she's a bitch sometimes. I washed out all the dye from my hair and applied concealer to my visible tattoos. Don't you remember when we were younger, before she became a cheerleader and I decided cheer was not my thing, no one could tell us apart? So I wore her dress, spritzed some of her perfume on me. But I wore my own shoes, my feet are huge. And I tucked her into my bed and waltzed downstairs to meet my date. Well, Michelle's date, technically. Her boyfriend, actually. I kissed him square on the lips, just the way Michelle does, and took the corsage and stood for 1 billion photos. Why would you take that many? Seems pointless now, doesn't it? But Mom, I just wanted to go to prom with Michelle's boyfriend. He rented a limo for prom, and he opened the door for me. I didn't realize he treated Michelle like a queen. I felt so pampered and special. Of course, we got voted prom king and queen. How could we be anything else? We danced for a couple of hours and talked to everyone. He was so polite and loving and respectful. His hand gentle around my waist, occasionally pulling me closer when other boys stared too long. It was endearing, his jealousy. Someone spiked the punch, how typical. Once we got a little tipsy, we decided to leave along with some of our friends. But Mom, I just wanted to go to prom with Michelle's boyfriend so I could go to the after party. It was at Sarah's house. I know, hard to believe she's such a good girl. Anyway, it was a rager. Keg stands and wine coolers and even some of her parents' expensive scotch. She got a real DJ to play drum and bass in the backyard. Much cooler than the band at prom. We danced for a bit and then we went upstairs to her third guest room. I wonder why they need so many. They never have guests. But Mom, I just wanted to go to prom with Michelle's boyfriend so I could go to the after party where I could take him to an empty room. We started to make out and he held me as if I was delicate, a fragile little thing. We got comfortable in the bed, but he rolled away from me after a bit, telling me that he wanted to bring us a couple of drinks. That's when I took off my shirt and got ready. But Mom, I just wanted to go to prom with Michelle's boyfriend so I could go to the after party where I could take him to an empty room and kill him. When he came back to the room, he didn't look directly at me, too careful with the drinks. He didn't really notice when I shut the door and locked it behind him. When he placed the drinks on the counter was when he noticed. The tattoos on my stomach and the knife in my hand. I stabbed him 13 times, Mom. I counted. The knife made a horrible, slippery sound every time I pulled it out of his body, but I kept going until his eyes glazed over and his breathing stopped and his blood pooled all over the floor. I gave his body one last stab for good measure. Why? Why did I do it? But Mom, I just wanted to go to prom with Michelle's boyfriend so I could go to the after party where I could take him to an empty room and kill him. Because 2 months ago, he raped me. You wouldn't think that of him, would you? Such a gentleman, this town's golden boy. But that night, he hadn't even drunk anything. Michelle had gone home early from the bonfire party because she was sick. I guess he was just angry and he wasn't getting any. He cornered me and I couldn't do anything. You know how strong he is. He wasn't gentle. He was fast and brutal, and then he hit me when I tried to tell him to stop. And he warned me that no one would believe me if I told, and he was right. I tried telling Michelle. We may not always get along, but I want her safe. She didn't believe me. Why do you think we've been even more distant than usual? I'm sorry, Mom. I let you down, but I had to do it. Guess I'm going to jail. Wait, what? You're proud of me? What do you mean, why do I think I don't have a dad?